And we are back here on the GSMC Football Podcast. And for the third part of the show, we will now take a look at the updated draft order after Week 13. So let's pull that up right now. So the Patriots right now they got the number 2 overall pick. The Bears, they got the number 1. Just give me 1 second. Okay, and there we go. All right, so here we go. So you got the Bears at 1, Patriots at 2, Cardinals at 3, Commanders at 4, Bears at 5, Jets at 6, Giants at 7, Titans at 8. The Saints are currently at 9. I mean, the Commanders keep losing, so they're moving up and up and up. The number 1 overall pick is really going to be the topic of discussion because the Bears right now, they got 2 top 5 picks. And they could trade Justin Fields, get a bunch of assets, because the team probably will take a chance on Justin Fields. Like I said before, the Falcons, that's a team there's been rumors out there that maybe Fields goes there. I mean, I don't know if that's going to happen, but you never know. The Cardinals, it's going to be interesting because that's another team where it's like, are they going to let go of Kyler Murray or are they going to keep him, draft Marvin Harrison Jr.? It's going to be interesting because, and like I said before, I feel like it's probably not going to happen, but I would lean towards no, but I don't know. Like I said before, like they have, good pieces on offense to build around. James Conner, Kyler Murray, Trey McBride, the rookie tight end. I mean, he continues to impress. They let go of Zach Ertz and said, hey, you're going to be the guy moving forward. And he has really been one of the best tight ends, in the NFL this year, really. I mean, he's really come on strong recently. They also got Hollywood Brown and Wilson and Rondell Moore. So they got some pieces. The defense definitely is going to need some work. But I feel like the Cardinals should look at another area to try to improve. Now again, they could get Marvin Harrison Jr. The defense again, needs some work, but I feel like quarterback, I feel like they stick with Kyler Murray, but that's just me. The new regime now, they're not the ones that drafted Kyler Murray, so they might think differently, but Kyler's been good since he's come back, so, we'll just have to see how it plays out with that. But right now, yeah, the Giants and the Jets are picking in the top 10 once again, and it's just, maybe the Jets make it all the way up to, if the Jets keep losing, maybe they get in the top 5. They take a quarterback. No, I don't know. I don't know what the Jets are gonna do. I have no idea. But I know my friends who are Jet fans are saying, listen, like you're gonna bring back Douglas and Hackett and Saleh most likely. But if the Jets don't win another game, they're going to end the season on, I think, a 10-game losing streak. Like, I don't know if anybody should be back. And it's true. Those guys haven't won. They have not won since they've came here. Now, Hackett obviously was the quarterback's coach in Green Bay. Then he was made the head coach in Denver, and we know how that all played out. And then he goes to the Jets, and, yeah, not really a good play caller. And again, it's similar to, the Jets when they brought in Adam Gase. It was like, hey, he was the offensive coordinator with Peyton Manning. And it was just weird how, Miami gets rid of him and the Jets picked him up immediately. That was one of the strangest moves that they could have made. Because you saw him twice a year. They did make the playoffs with Matt Moore as the quarterback, but it was kind of odd that the Jets were like, you know what, that's our guy. We're gonna bring him in, and You got people in the media saying, hey, you got Adam Gase, Sam Darnold, you know, where's it? Get me the tickets for the AFC Championship game. Yeah, not even close. Um, but I don't really like. I don't know. I don't know. The Jets just. I mean, whatever move they make, it just doesn't go well, and that's why I was hoping the Aaron Rodgers move was not going to backfire. I was, you know, constantly hearing, yeah, it's not going to work. He's going to get hurt, all this stuff, and I'm like, you know what? I hope he goes out there and wins MVP. And yeah, 4 plays into the Jets season on offense, yeah, I was beside myself. I was like, well, I look like a fool right now. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the Jets are gonna do here. Do they take a quarterback? Um, do they maybe address the offensive line? Because listen, if Rodgers is coming back, you got to protect him. I mean, I keep saying it. You have to protect him because he's just going to get hurt again. So I don't know. For the Giants, I mean, them winning games, they kind of hurt their draft positioning because they could have gotten maybe a top quarterback, and they probably still can, but it might not be the top two. Um, and again, I'm okay with Daniel Jones being the quarterback next year, and then you draft one, and that ends up being your franchise quarterback because I just don't think Daniel Jones is the guy. But we'll have to see. The Titans. I mean, the Titans and the Saints. I mean, the Saints have their quarterback, so I don't think they're going to go with that. I think maybe you go like defense, offensive line, because I think you're kind of set with like your playmakers. I mean, maybe you get another receiver to go along with Olave, but I don't know if they do that here. Because Michael Thomas just can't stay healthy. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I actually wanted to. So I have like obviously the order up here, but also there's like the other section that shows like what the projections are. So for the top 10, still kind of the same. Tampa Bay, they got getting Jaden Daniels. Dallas Turner is projected to go to the Saints. This is from Tankathon.com. Laiatu Latu, edge rusher for UCLA. They got going to the Titans right now. Malik Neighbors, they got for LSU going to the Giants. So, I mean, hey, another receiver. That couldn't hurt. Brock Bowers going to the Jets at 6. That would be an interesting pick. But again, I listen, I have no idea. But they still got the same, Caleb Williams going 1, Drake May 2, Marvin Harrison Jr. 3. From Penn State, Olu Fashianu and Joe Alt from Notre Dame, the offensive tackle. So, I mean, I don't really know. But the Bears got that pick. I mean, they could trade down. I mean, maybe they do both. Maybe they trade down, trade Fields, get just a bunch of picks. I don't know, but I don't think they'll do that. It's probably going to be one or the other. Because they could say, we hit the reset button and, trade Fields, get one of the top quarterbacks. Because, again, you don't know if Eberflus is going to make it out of this year, so he's probably gone. And they bring in somebody else. And that, new regime might say, nah, we're good on Fields. We're going to take him. We're going to trade him, somewhere and, take the guy that we want. Yeah, so I don't know. Panthers, though, I mean, it's been rough with I almost said CJ Stroud. Bryce Young. It's been rough for Bryce Young this year. CJ Stroud, they wanted him. Frank Reich wanted him supposedly, and they elected to take Bryce Young instead. And again, it's funny how their only win on the season has come against against CJ Stroud. But yeah, it's been a disaster of a season for the Panthers. And again, this is a team that finished 7-9 last year, or 7-10, and they just regressed even more. So, we'll see. I mean, could the Patriots end up with the number one overall pick? I mean, who knows? I mean, the Panthers got to win a game, which I mean, are they going to win another game? Let's see. I mean, they beat the Texans. I don't know. How did they beat the Texans? And it was a low scoring game too. It was like 15-13 the final score was, right? Um yeah, that was the final score. So let's see. So they play the Saints, Falcons, Packers, Jaguars, Bucks. I mean, maybe they win one more game, maybe, but I don't I don't really know. I mean, I don't think they're beating the Jags. They're not beating the Packers right now. They're not beating the Falcons. Well, I mean, they could beat the Falcons. I mean, I guess maybe one of the games against their division rival they could win, but I don't think they're beating the Packers or the Jags the way, well, unless Trevor Lawrence is out, and he misses that game. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know where the wins are coming from when it comes to the Panthers. But, let me know what you guys think in the comments below, how you see, these teams picking, where it is right now. Like, who do you think is going to go to which, each team? Listen, the Patriots are going to end up with their franchise quarterback if it pans out, and that should scare, the rest of the NFL, especially if Belichick stays. Because, I'm only saying that just because, you never know. We could see, like, another, 10, 15 years of, success, like, with Tom Brady. But it's a bit of a stretch because, that was Tom Brady, and, it's a whole different, this is a whole different player that they would bring in, so you never know. And also the Patriots got to start drafting right and surrounding their quarterbacks with, talent. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But Patriots could definitely win on Thursday. So, but that's really the draft order right now. Again, let me know what you guys think about it. How do you see that all playing out? Again, it's going to be interesting how it all, ends up at the end of the year. So, so in the next part of the show, we're actually going to talk about Mike Evans reaching the 1,000-yard mark once again. And that'll be it for the show today. So stick around, and we'll be right back here on the GSMC Football Podcast.